It's been such a privilege and a blessing to be a part of the Horizons Community Church for over 20 years, or right at 20 years now. Ann and I were age 35 with kids Alexis age 5 and Drew age 4. We were at another church actually when we got the flyer on our door. We saw the article in the newspaper announcing that Horizons Community Church was coming to our neighborhood, more or less. So we got pretty excited to try a new church.
Another big thing for me is our son had a near drowning experience and had CPR, and I really had a hard time. Yeah, I still get teary-eyed about it today. But a lot of God things happened that day. He basically got stuck in a ladder at the Knowles Country Club, and 6 inches above was air, and his leg was stuck between the wall and the ladder. And I got a call, and I remember pleading with, you have to edit this part. I remember pleading with God to save him.
As we drove over there. I was driving from a different direction.
Yeah. But anyway, when we get there, Drew had just been given CPR and he just popped up. And one of his heroes was Dale Miller, who was a church member. And he just so happened to trade shifts with another medical doctor that day. And so that was a God thing.
He jumped in and saved him, per se, and we knew him from church. Yeah.
And then we get to the hospital, and the ER doctor is John Hansen, who also is a Horizons member. So there were a lot of God things. But what I particularly remember then after the fact, the very next Sunday, the worship team is singing a song. And they had never sang the song in service before. I had never heard of it. But it was titled Breathe. And it still gets to me, this day, it's a reminder of Drew's alive. And it reminds me how God took his only son for us. And basically, he saved our son. I can't imagine losing a son. And that really had hit home for me.
One other thing I wanted to bring up with memories flooding back, being on the steering committee and staff parish relations, it was sort of cool to involve both because you were involved in hiring people. I remember Jamie Brown getting hired and the awesome interview we had, and we had him actually audition at church. He came to a service and auditioned, and he did a phenomenal job, and everybody just said, "Who is that?" and so on. But then being on steering committee, you were able to sort of see all the miracles happen in terms of God blessing us with funding to be able to really get the church off the ground. God blessing us with trading from 20 acres to 30 acres. So originally, if people don't know, the original 20-acre site's about a mile away in our backyard where we live today. And we swapped it for a better 30 acres, which allowed us to sell off 10 acres and really make this church what it is today. So there was a lot of moments and miracles and things that we experienced, and being in sort of some of that church leadership was very special and very privileged and very honored, and that's just a part of our Horizons experience that we sure wanted to share. I really like, and we like, and I think the whole church likes, Jason's direction of life changed, life changers. So if you're a part of this church, your life has changed. So it's now time to change others, change the world, change Lincoln, Nebraska. So that's the emphasis. That's what I hear. That's what I believe. That's what I want to be a part of. And, helping others and having a purpose along those lines is just where this church is headed, and that's an awesome direction.